What's up, everybody? I am back. I got my coffee, as always. And today I'm getting back into new metal a little bit with a group that I covered a while ago. I mean, maybe a year ago, even. Silly Goose. Silly name. I mean, listen, I didn't name the band, alright? Silly Goose, the song's called Keys to the City. Best I can tell, they have an album coming out soon, so that's fun. I really liked what I've heard so far, so I'm excited to get into this one. Before we do a few things, please bear in mind I am not a professional, alright? I'm not a vocal coach, I'm not a music teacher. I just like music, and so that's the kind of feedback you will get. I am not going to get into the weeds. And don't be a dick. I try to be thoughtful when I do these, and I would just like the comment section to remain a place that is worth visiting. All right, so don't be an asshole. All right. With that out of the way, this is Keys to the City by Silly Goose. Let's get into it. Georgia's finest.
Just a kid from the suburbs. I could have had it all, but my parents were appalled when I dropped out of college to play music in the street. I'm from an old TP, but still running the scene. And now I'm selling out shows at the Masquerade. Time to celebrate, bitch, I'm getting paid. Still not a lot, so the merch you gotta cop. Keep an eye out for the fresh new drop. Shut up. Dreams are coming true, it's nothing new, I'm still poor. But they don't know, they just see me on tours. Like here's a letter to send to address the local scene. It's the pretentious kids that don't believe in me, and they pretend to be my friend when they see me at shows. And anyways, I wrote this letter and here is how it goes. Hey guys, hope you're doing alright, not trying to fight. Wish you could have been on my team, my life's a dream. I know your life sucks, cause it's my name they scream. When it's me on stage and my turn to play, the crowd is standing still until they hear me say, just move! I need the keys to the city in a big red car while I ride real pretty. Just move! I need some violence in this place. Watch the barricade and say it to my face. Just move! I need the keys to the city in a big red car while I ride real pretty. Just move! We're gonna bring the pain. This whole town's gonna feel the rage. Fake it till I make it, yeah. And I love that you hate it. We out.
I caught the head PE shirt. I'm still a big fan. I'm still really excited about this. So a couple of things. that stood out to me. One, for people of a certain age, there was a band called POD. It's a Christian band, sort of Christian band. This is very reminiscent of POD. Now, I will say, specifically, I know POD because I was raised very Christian, and I wasn't allowed to listen to non-Christian music generally. So, like, maybe this sounds just like Limp Bizkit, but I've never listened to Limp Bizkit. Like, one time. I think I don't know if I even know one song. So, just so you know, like, if my reference is POD, but you're like, these dudes sound like Limp Bizkit, then, that's my background versus yours. But it definitely reminds me of POD. Another thing that it reminds me of in terms of the video is the early 2000s, late 90s pop punk. Like, I'm thinking specifically of Fat Lip by Sum 41, right? Everybody knows the song. The video is like a bunch of people having a party at a skate park. I like that. I like the idea that there is still that aspect of music and culture where you can have these like multi-ethnic hangouts at a skate park where people are just, maybe not everything people are doing is legal, but we'll just assume everybody's being safe. There's music. You've got local bands that are known by local people, right? So you have like actual buzz, right? There is something about bands that have local credibility that are able to put together shows that have just a different energy. That's my opinion. Your mileage may vary on that, but I think that it is special when you get people that are known to their peer group and they start making music that is interesting. You can really get some very organic support, and that's what makes it worth it, right? I mean, he mentioned that he's still poor. There's not a lot of money in music. Maybe you make some money on t-shirts, but I've seen how that breaks down. I've seen how the economics of that is. You're not making a lot of money. You're doing it because you want to. You're doing it because it's fun, because you feel like you need to, right? You got something to say. And when you have support locally, one, you don't have to tour as much, right? Everybody wants to tour. It sounds good to tour, and it is good for your exposure, but it costs money to tour. But if you can throw a house show, or if you can throw a show at the local skate park, even if you don't make a lot, you didn't have to pay for a hotel, you didn't have to pay for gas, you didn't have to pay a merch split with the venue, right? The business of music is terrible. And so how do you keep doing it? Either you make it huge, right? And then you get a contract deal where you're making money to go play, you're getting your hotels paid for, or you've got a bus or something. Or you quit. I mean, there's a lot of bands that kind of only exist online because it's just too expensive to try to make money making music. So when you can, and like, look, Atlanta, you could do all right, even if you were just kind of successful in Atlanta. That's a pretty big metro area to pull from. There are countries that are smaller than Atlanta. But I'm excited. I hope that they are part of the new metal movement that gains traction, right? I enjoy the sense of humor. I enjoy the sort of snotty attitude that really does put me in mind of bands like Sum 41, early Blink-182, a little bit less polished, a little bit more abrasive and aggressive and, antagonistic. I like that. You can be antagonistic. I think that's cool. As long as you are antagonizing the right people, right? As long as you're punching up and not down. yeah, I don't know. I had a good time with this one. I really enjoyed it. I think that they are really fun and interesting and pretty different from a lot of the stuff I've heard recently. So, shout out Silly Goose. If you come through Colorado, you know, let me know. I'll try to come out. But for everybody else, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And don't talk to cops.